It's cool if you want to have a pity party by yourself. Don't invite me as a guest of honor. I'm not coming. Jeezy said this a long time ago. He said, misery loves company and we ain't trying to hang with y'all. That's facts. Like, listen, I get tired of people that complain about every single thing. I get it. Life is not giving you the cards that you expect or that you want. I understand. But you got to figure out a way.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
Family, you guys are so amazing. I'm Mr. Aos Inspires. This is Aos The Podcast. I'm crazy excited. I want to welcome you to another episode of Aos The Podcast. Listen, I need you to buckle up your seatbelts because I just feel that we're going to step on a few people's toes. But Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care. You already know on this podcast, I'm full transparent. And our mission here at Aos The Podcast is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one video at a time, one interview at a time to help you get to the next level. Now, what I want to talk about on today, you already see it through the thumbnail. And also, this is a bonus feature. This is a bonus episode podcast, right? And I know it's going to be out of order. It's going to be like, hold on, this is supposed to be episode 20, but this is episode 21. But I just gave it to you a little bit early. Why? Because I don't want to keep on holding this information that I had. When it came to me, I was like, wow, it's crazy because so many people deal with this on a regular basis, right? I mean, regular basis. Maybe it's you that's dealing with it. Maybe it's somebody that you know that's dealing with it. But I gotta make it known today, and I gotta stop what I'm doing. Stop the press. My team, we're gonna push this forward because I want y'all to get it. Even though this is a later episode, but I'm gonna give it to you early. But what I want to talk about today is this what kills me. But let me just give you the title. Stop complaining with no solutions. Listen, many of you know people that always complain about everything, right? Now, get it. This is one thing. This is my stance on this. I believe everything bad that happens to you in your life, you have to take responsibility for it. It's your fault. Period. Like, even things, it's crazy. The reason I say that, because even things that's out of your control, I'm not saying that it's your fault. However, you have to take ownership of it. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole nutshell what I'm saying. Everything bad that happens to you in your life, it's your fault, but you have to take ownership of it. Now, I get it. Now, suppose you were born a certain type of way and you can't do this and this just keeps on failing. I get it. I understand. I'm not criticizing you of that, but what I'm saying is everything that happens in your life, you have to take ownership for it. Many of you don't take ownership for the very things that happen in your life. However, every time something good happens in your life, you want to boast and brag and be like, yo, I did this because of my hard work. Because no. Everything bad that happens in your life, you have to take ownership for it, and it's your fault. Everything good that happens in your life is a blessing from God, period. Like, listen, how many content creators do you know that produce content on a high level every single week or every single day and still haven't been discovered, right? I mean, they may be doing well. They may be doing a few thousand views, but far as a household name, they're not a household name. They be making thousands, a month. They're making good money, but they're not at the plateau that they want to be at. So this lets me know that hard work consistently pays off, but may not pay off on a scale that you want it to pay off. So what I'm saying is everything that happens in your life, it is your responsibility to take ownership of it. Everything that's great that happens in your life, it's a blessing from God, period. But the whole nutshell, the conversation I want to talk about on today is I can't stand people that always complain. Like, that really gets under I can't listen. It's cool if you want to have a pity party by yourself. Don't invite me as a guest of honor. I'm not coming. Jeezy said this a long time ago. He said, misery loves company and we ain't trying to hang with y'all. That's facts. Like, listen, I get tired of people that complain about every single thing. I get it. Life is not giving you the cards that you expect or that you want. I understand. But you got to figure out a way like this. It's just like this. When you're playing, listen, let me slow down right quick. Y'all know when you hear the phraseologies, people say, play with the hand that you're dealt. Like, it's realistic, but also it's a great concept behind it. Because think about it, when you play Uno or you play Tonk or you play Spades or whatever kind of card game you play, right? You have no control of the cards that you're giving. Right? So since you don't have no control, I've never seen a person, I've seen people complain, but I've never seen a person just say, you know what, unless they're playing poker and they fold, right? I get it. They got a bad hand. But what I've noticed is that most people play the hand that they're dealt, period. They play the hand that they're dealt as the same way it should be in life. Play the hand that you're dealt. Unlike the card game with life, watch this. You can't just throw in the cards and say, listen, I'm cool. I don't want this hand. Like in the card game, you can do that and walk away. You may forfeit some things or you may forfeit a bet. But in life, you can't just throw in the cards and say, listen, I'm good. I don't want this. I do not, you can't do that. But what I want, this is the whole premise of the subscription for this conversation. Notice this. People who can solve the largest problems are the ones that get paid the most, right? People who solve the largest problems get paid the most. Now, let's look at another scale. People who solve problems make money. Notice this. You have problems that a CEO fires that a CEO has to put out that a janitor won't have to put out, right? It's two different problems. And also, when you look at it, it's two different pay scales as well. Let's step further. A senior manager will put out fires that a shift lead doesn't have to put out. Why? Because we're solving problems on two different levels. When you can solve problems on a high level, you will get promoted and it comes with more money. Now, I'm going to tell you this is how I'm wired, right? As I come to a quick close, this is how I'm wired. Every time a problem comes up, my mind begins to run, how can this problem get solved? Like that's how I operate. That's how I move. Whenever an issue comes up or something happens or a problem or disruption in life, my first reaction is, how can I solve this? Period. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to start working your way up to that place because some of y'all have issues, you have problems and things happen in your life and you go straight into panic mode. You can't get nothing accomplished in panic mode. People watch this. People die when you run into panic mode. I need you to keep a calm head, be level, but figure out how can we solve this thing? This is a problem. This is an issue. Let me figure out how to solve this thing. And many of you are not trying to solve problems. All you want to do is have a pity party and complain and just whine about it. It bothers me. It irritates me. I get quiet around people that always complain. I can't stand a person that complains about everything. This is the question. You complain about something, but what are you doing to fix it? Like you can complain all day long. It bothers me. Complain with no results. That bothers me. So this is what I want to tell you. I want to encourage you on today. If you find yourself in a space where you're like, I'm always complaining, I need to fix it. Yes, start fixing it today. Change your words. Like it may not be going right, but I dare you. Listen, I'm going to just tell you this and I'm gone. Really quick story. I dare you to begin to speak positivity. Speak nothing but positive words. Don't say I'm broke. No, don't say that. Say, listen, I'm about to come into some money, some real money. Like, and it's not all about money, but begin to speak that over your health. Like, listen, doctor said this, but I'm good. I'm healed. But when you begin, this is a big one. When you begin to speak these positive words, I need you to move into action. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to come into some money. All right, let's go play 2K. No, that's not how it works. I need you to put some actions behind the words that you just spoke, right? I can't stand complainers. Now, I'm going to tell you this quick story and I'm going. This scientist, he had took a body of water. He just took a sample of water and the same sample, he put it in two different petris. They call them petri dishes, right? Put them in two different dishes, close it up. And on one, he spoke nothing but negative words to. The other one, he spoke nothing but positive words to. And what happened was he let it set for a week and began to speak to the different waters every single day. One negative, one positive, one negative. And he spoke these words every single day for a whole week. But then when he brought the water out, he looked at it under a microscope and the ones that he spoke positive to looked very like snowflakes and very beautiful, very angelical shapes. But then the one that he spoke negative to, it looked all dark and gloomy and nasty and demonic, right? So it made me think about this thing. If the positive peach tree dish looked beautiful, but the negative one looked dirty, and this is just water. I begin to think, can water read? Can water think? No, it can't. Water can't process, not to my understanding. So it made me think your brain is 80% water. Your body is 75% water. Makes you think about changing the words that you speak over yourself. Stop complaining. Start speaking positivity. Start solving the issues. I love you guys. I'm out of here. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS The Podcast. I hope that this podcast was helpful to you. Just give you a little insight. Stop complaining. Get up and do something about it. People that solve problems make money. I'm out. Let's go.